Now we're finally going to a real third game of a best of three. No remakes, no rematches. Doublelift versus Bjergsen here for all the resources, the kit and caboodle on the line right now. Stress. And hope Doublelift doesn't... what is it actually? Because they just played each other's. Now is this unmirrored?
Now you got to play a jungler. You just got to play like Elise, something like that. Elise in mirror would be quite fun.
Yeah, yeah, it would.
I don't think we're going to see either of those, just for the record.
I think it should actually be a champion they both suck on. I don't know what that would be, because they just like play everything and they have like A to Z streams, but I'm not sure what it could be.
Force them both to play a support. I'm hearing the audience shout Bard.
Skarner.
Bard would be a fun one.
Bard would be awesome.
Hecarim, perhaps?
Do you pet a horse's nose like that?
Wow. Don't try that at home, folks. That's probably not going to end that simply for you.
You don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but you can put your hand in it.
I mean, unless you got a tandem partner, in which case I guess you only need one.
Well, horses usually have tandem partners as a front.
That's true.
Back.
So I thought you meant like a jockey when the horse...
Oh, that's true.
That's like a trio.
Yeah, this is true. Doublelift getting a little bit of word from the officials, letting them know, set things up. We're going to get the game started soon. We see him in the lobby getting ready to go. Good old Donald helping out as well. Thumbs up on both sides. Bjergsen gets himself hydrated. Wets the whistle. We're going to be getting into game 3 here. Fire versus Fire, and one to get snuffed out for the finals. But it's still, they're getting 150 points plus 50, and then another 25 from Prey and either of these two.
So, what do we got here? We are into picks and bans. Champions select the last 1 versus 1. TSM are going to be the bans once again, you have to feel. But what if Doublelift wanted to play Twitch? We already saw him play it.
Tough cookies, man. It's out. Also thought about the Scion earlier. That would have been pretty sweet. Soraka would make you want to pull your hair out. No way! Whoa! Doublelift! He's going to give this to Bjergsen in a mid-lane Vel'Koz matchup? He's obviously better than you. So this... like...
Wow.
This really puts Doublelift, I feel, on the back foot for this one. Bjergsen's had to have tried Vel'Koz much more,
well,
obviously.
Unless
Unless he has a pocket Vel'Koz that we don't know about.
Maybe, I believe. Sandbagging Rib, he's got this. I believe in Doublelift right now. I was having a bit of a conversation with him yesterday, just about general things, not so much about 1v1. So I believe in Double.
All right. What was he saying?
Run.
Was he feel confident, or was he kind of mixed emotion?
Yeah, he was pretty confident about the next season. Okay. Looking forward to seeing how TSM do. But I mean, TSM can't lose this, so at least that's something. There's no CLG in this game to turn that one around.
That's gonna feel pretty good. Also, they beat some foreign teams coming into this play. That's great. Knocking down doors that they've had trouble with. We'll see. Straight up the middle to the players. We are almost ready to get on to the Abyss. This is our final matchups. No snowballs to get that remake in. Vel'Koz versus Vel'Koz. Doublelift versus Bjergsen. It's so fitting that they're now on the same team and they actually have to do this. But it's all for the resources. As we said before, as James put that wager on the line, both players have agreed. I don't know how true that's going to stand throughout the season. But we will find out. Doublelift did not find a misclick through his champion selects. We will get the 3rd mirror match in a row. We are on the Abyss. Let's hear it for both players. One's going to come out with 150 points for their team. Doublelift versus Bjergsen.
Oh, yeah. I'm so ready for this. Skill shots are plenty in this matchup. Yeah. Oh, it's all about the angles. This is geometry.
I wonder if they're... fully aware, Doublelift, of the 6 and the ticking of Vel'Koz's damage.
Maybe.
And how that pretty much explodes on that 3rd. Yeah, so Doublelift doesn't get out of the ult fast enough to really do a lot more damage than you're expecting. But we're going to have a lot of math in this one. I want to see how good they are using their protractors with these keys.
This is such a...
Hey!
Such a crazy matchup to watch.
More of a compass.
They're just trying to create shapes on the map.
Yeah.
Just make a square.
Go back already?
Just needs that mana back.
What a joke.
I've been throwing out too many Qs. Oh,
all right.
Noodle fight.
Swing the spaghetti, boys.
It's one of my favorite auto attack animations in the game. Actually, just whips it. Like this and Alawi would actually be my perfect bot lane. I was just gonna say,
we had an Alawi mirror.
I played one of those. Not fun.
I am so sorry.
Not fun.
Also, don't try her at support.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we've seen Vel'Koz in a support role, so
that's true.
Maybe Tentacle's the way to support.
Super annoying.
Shots fired already. Bjergsen got that first hit onto Doublelift. Basically wins the matchup. Could be a long one this
So
one.
I actually just got word that you played the mayor in that 1v1.
I did play the mayor.
And you got rectified.
He wrecked me. He actually
Dang.
did wreck me.
Okay.
I thought it was pyrotechnics, so I disrespected him and walked into lane. Turns out, was not pyro. But anyway, that was the Alawi mirror. This is the Vel'Koz mirror. So level 2 for both of them. Doublelift taking a lot of damage.
That's a mid laner playing a mid lane champion. Who would have thunk? That's Doublelift very low. Oh, the minion body blocks it. That minion right there. We're giving him an award as well after this 1v1.
Body blocks it, but Doublelift managed to flash away. Bjergsen still has his. Could look to flash Q here.
Yeah.
Flash Q auto may just about be enough. Doublelift is healing up though. Will tick up from that health potion. Thunderlord's Decree is
Cause math.
both of them Thunderlords in this setting. So, oh, swing and a miss.
Looks super pretty, but none of it hit.
Oh, there's a lot of miss in this.
Yeah, it's really it's hard to CS with Vel'Koz when you don't know his auto attack, the slow, the range. Feels kind of weird, but once you get it down, it's actually really great to play with.
Bjergsen, however, is trading mana for health here. You can see Doublelift, obviously the lower health. Bjergsen won't be able to throw out as many spells, but he's pushing the wave. Trying to force Doublelift to miss CS, but gets a knockback.
It's it. There's a 3. There it is. Bjergsen, 150 points for Fire, and your #1 in the 1v1 2015 All-Star competition.
Wow. You couldn't have written this any better than, 2 of the carries from TSM ending up in the finals, but you can change everything and still TSM for another season they're going to be ganking mid, throwing everything in. But here we see the killing blow. Bjergsen manages to just push Doublelift around, gets that suspension, knocked back into the queue. Good combo gets the kill, and Bjergsen takes it home.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm still wondering how it wasn't a neutral champion to be played between these two.
Yeah.
Maybe even a Cho'Gath. Bjergsen played that, but still, it's easy to stay alive on Cho'Gath. You pretty much just want to eat each other in the end. Something else. It just did not happen. Bjergsen comes away with the win. He gets the resources for the entire season, as it probably would have gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to kind of think of, but he did take down some pretty stiff competition in Kira and Clearlove, who had shown themselves to be pretty good on the way. Doublelift had some stiff competition himself, took down Froggen about an hour ago.
Prey on his Praven?
Took out Prey. Some pretty big names. I would say Doublelift had the harder road there, perhaps, but Bjergsen just shutting him down on that Vel'Koz, man.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, we're definitely going to hear from the champs and Doublelift. Let's throw it over to Dash and see what they have to say.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am standing on side with our champion, Bjergsen, as well as our runner-up, Doublelift. First off, congratulations, Bjergsen, on the victory. How does it feel to know that out of a pool of 30 players here, some of the best players in the world, you came out on top of the 1v1 tournament?
Well, of course, it feels really good. I know there were some people that maybe didn't try as hard as people like me and Doublelift, but still, it feels really good to be in the end. And still, to bring some fun matches and play some champions like Zed, Vayne, and Vel'Koz that you wouldn't normally expect in 1v1s.
Kasing, to name one of them. I'm just kidding. He knows that I'm kidding. Everyone, Doublelift, though, over to your side. Bjergsen just mentioned that he got to play 2 mid laners in that best of 3. How did you let that happen, given the odds over to him?
I don't know. He has seniority in TSM. He can tell me whatever he wants to do. I just have to listen. I'm just kidding. The first game, we were like, we should do signature champ mirrors. So obviously we're going to win those mirrors. I threw the Zed game, I'm not going to lie. And then the third game is just like, it's kind of like neither of us really played Vel'Koz. Maybe it has like a little bit more experience with him because it's the mid lane champ, but oh well.
Yep. Oh well. Now I do have to point out that in the middle of your guys' best of 3, Reginald tweeted out that he, the winner of this best of 3, had to play him in a best of 3. So that means that you're going up against Reginald in a best of 3. It sounds like. I guess you might have to do this on your own time, but are you fairly confident that you can, take him down in 2 out of the 3 games?
I'll play him for the trophy, sure.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to fight. We'll have to see that on a future date. But all it'll do is really move shelves in the TSM house, right? So at least it stays within the family. Back over to you, Doublelift. I want to get your take on the 1v1 tournament as a whole. Because we did have people who were taking it more or less seriously. There were a lot of fun elements to it. You had to play quite a number of games. Froggen with the remakes and all of that. So for you, how was this event as a whole?
Yeah, the best of 7 versus Froggen, really just a good experience. I I mean, we had nothing really to do in the like player lounge or whatever, so me and Bjergsen would just run 1v1s, and I think I had like a 10% win rate, and then I went home and I 1v1 Hanser sometimes, and he just wrecked me every time too. So really didn't expect to make it to the finals. Don't know how it happened, but nice job, everyone.
Well, there you have it. And then finally, I got to come back to you, Bjergsen. We did throw that wager onto the stage before the games took place, so it looks like you're going to be walking away again, team solo mid, with all the resources, all the ganks. Are you excited for all the possibilities that opens for you in the mid lane?
We'll have to see if Svenskeren listens, because if any of you guys watched IEM, he was all over top lane, and me and Peter are just the farm bots for team fights, but still, we'll see.
All right, so as it stands, Hanser is the one who gets all of the resources. We'll see if any of that changes. Once again, Bjergsen, congratulations, and to you as well, Peter, on that second place. That's going to do it for us here on stage. We're going to throw it back to Shox and crew to break down the 1v1 action.
Thank you very much, Dash. Well, a good champion, I think, a well-rounded champion in Bjergsen, showing a lot, but that first game of Vayne versus Vayne, you had some criticisms, Deficio.
I think we all did. I mean, that wasn't Bjergsen playing that one. We have a replay as well, where he just kind of all-ins in the middle of nowhere, and he even misses the condemn.
It was a super not Bjergsen thing to tumble into 7 creeps and miss condemn, and then just get out-traded because you missed FS spell and you're in 6 creeps. So that was not like Bjergsen usually plays his 1v1s.
Yeah, it was very unlike Bjergsen, but he made up for it immediately when he went into game 2. They had the ZZ mirror match up. What do you make of that one? We can roll the replay as well. Reckless, maybe.
I thought it was kind of fair that they ended up playing, I mean, 1 mirror matchup each. Obviously, Doublelift perhaps isn't the best Zed player in the world. I can personally say that I have no idea how to play Zed. So I understand him. Probably wasn't much he could have done there against a player like Bjergsen.
Yeah.
But perhaps shadowing into the tower is not the thing you want to do, but yeah.
He made 2 very, very big mistakes. First of all, when he gets level 2, he shadows forward into melee range, so he kind of nullifies the fact he has a level advantage, and he even missed the Q, I believe, on the way. Got sidestepped by Bjergsen. So he gets a Q trade back. So you even lose the trade when you're level up, and then obviously you decide to jump into tower.
If he spills the E, then he doesn't even trade on him anyway, so it's hard to make the level up that useful.
Shadow Q?
Yeah, you get a shadow Q that does
I actually
45
think
damage.
skilling E level 2 like Bjergsen did was much more efficient, because after all, as we explained so many times now, it's so much about pushing and having the lane control. And Doublelift actually had it up until the point he skilled Shadow level 2 and did that mediocre trade, as you said, and then Bjergsen just took it back into control.
Yeah, Doublelift doing almost everything correctly, but falling to Bjergsen. That does mean that it's 2 players from Team Fire that were in the 1v1 finals, and they have earned 200 points, giving them a 100-point lead over Team Ice. So 775 up against 675. That means if Team Ice ends up winning the best of 3 and Team Fire wins the All-Star, that'll be 200 points, and Team Ice wins 300 points in the best of 3. We get our tiebreaker. It's all set, Niels. The stage is so
I don't
ready.
think anyone understood the point thing, but yeah, I actually a bit hope that we get the 1v1 against Captain Jack, just so I get a chance to play something and I can take the
I personally have full faith in Coach Niels.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure
You
this is...
don't?
No.
Wait, you don't?
What's that?
I don't trust in the Danes anymore.
Oh. Well, Bjergsen just won the
Yeah,
one
he's
versus one
American
tournament.
Dane. He's American Dane.
He's American Day now. Well, we'll see if it ends up happening. That may be it for the Howling Abyss, but the action doesn't stop here. After the break, the best of the best will take to the stage for a 5 versus 5 clash. And before we go, we'll hear from another legend on the Rift, your North American top lane all-star, Dyrus.
Hey everyone, I'm joined by Dyrus, who recently capped his 5-year legendary esports career at Worlds. And it's been so long, Dyrus. You were 19 years old when you joined TSM, 18 when you started playing League competitively. After this whole journey, if you could say one thing to 18-year-old you right now, I'm you at 18 years old, what would you say?
Don't leak any strategies and be as healthy as you possibly can.
But it's been a long career, 202 NALCS games, including playoffs. Most assists ever for a top lane. You've been to all 5 World Championships. You've been to all 6 North American LCS finals. 51,557 CS, which is the 3rd most all time. Do those numbers mean anything to you?
Yeah, it means a lot to me in a way of where it's shown how long I've actually played the game. Not so much for like, you know, the top of my performance of like in a single game, but more of how long that I've been doing it for.
With all of that, when did you actually decide to retire and step away from the game?
So as I played League more and more, I was the kind of player that was okay with second place. And when I first joined TSM, I wasn't fully on the same page. I didn't understand their passion and drive into the game until I lost at Season 2. And I didn't realize how serious it was until I made the big mistake. And as time went on, like a lot more pressure came onto me. So I tried my hardest to make my teammates happy with me. I tried my hardest to like do my best, learn as much as I can. I tried to throw away my pride, and I tried to just, you know, not only for myself, but for the team that's given so much to me and given me an opportunity to do something like this, and I wanted to repay them back. But unfortunately, in the end, I started to feel like I wasn't as good as I used to be. And as time went on, if I felt like I was letting my teammates down, I felt it was probably time to step down. And I think this was probably the best time for me to step down, not because that I didn't really have the mechanical skill, but more I didn't have the mentality, I didn't have the motivation to keep going.
Do you ever, and were you ever worried about your legacy? How do you think you'll be remembered versus how you want to be remembered?
For me, it's definitely a bonus if I can be remembered in a good way, but it was all about doing the best I could for my team. It doesn't matter if I'm looked at as a really bad player or like an evil villain or whatever. All that mattered to me was that if my teammates were happy with me, I was happy.
You've obviously been playing across 5 competitive seasons. You mentioned some of the difficulties you had in the last one, but if you had to rank the seasons kind of against each other, what would have been your favorite year playing League of Legends?
Season 4 was my favorite year of playing League of Legends because it was the closest we ever were to winning the World Championships. It's just that Samsung White, the team that did win, was just so much better than everyone else. We were able to compete with the top teams across all regions. We were able to scrim with Samsung White, and we took a couple games off them. We couldn't beat them, but we could beat literally everyone else in scrimmages. So that was the kind of year where I felt like I've worked really hard, and my hard work and effort really paid off. But at the same time, we were so close yet so far.
What do you think you'll miss the most about playing competitively?
My most favorite things about playing competitively is being able to perform on a stage in front of many people. And when I did have those moments, it made me the most happy. Because when you see the hype, the music, the loading, the players go on stage making huge plays, the crowd cheers. Like for Season 4 at PAX, when there's like all these people that you see in the crowd and you perform right in front of them, that is my most missed moment. And at the same time, it is one of my regrets and one of the things that I'll miss about the most, being able to perform in front of tons and tons of people and just hearing the energy of the crowd.
All right, well, thank you very much, Darius, and I wish you luck.